making your way in the world today, you really need a pod. Why don't you put your headphones in and give this one a shot? Wouldn't you like to just listen away and go to a place where everybody knows who you are? Listen to two guys brew ha-ha, Cold Street Brewery and Full Buddy Cast, two of the greatest names. Why don't you go and listen to this episode? All right, everyone, thanks so much for listening to another episode of Full Buddy Cast presents BrewHaha. We've got Sean McDonald from Cold Street Brewery, 1627 Cold Street Brewery. Sean, what up?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
How are you doing?
I'm doing awesome.
You know,
We got the beer flowing.
you got the beard and the beer flowing.
I got plenty of beer in the beard,
Yeah.
to be clear.
By the way, I was to say, I know that it sounds like an infomercial every once in a while, but I don't want to infomercial you right now. But I'm going to do it. Don't make me do it. I'm doing it. Okay, fine, I'm doing it. Put the gun away.
Beer?
Fine, I'm going to do it. You got a lot of, like, merch. I walked in there. You got a ton of friggin' merch right now.
Right now, we got a lot because we're switching seasons. So we still have a lot of summer stuff. We still have a lot of back stock of that. So
Yeah.
if you can't find the sides that you need, just let us know. But we moved into the winter stuff. So we have the flannels. We have summer weight flannels, but right now we're moving into the winter weight flannels, which are thicker. And then obviously we have our hoodies.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, we still have T-shirts.
Yeah. No, you got
Some
legit a
girl
ton of
tank
stuff.
tops.
You're turning into the Target. Like you have a Target. You got a
I
full.
wouldn't say that.
Okay,
we have quality stuff.
You have quality. Okay, yeah, I wasn't meaning that. But I'm just saying, like, you have your own. Like, you should have something that's like hanging down where it just says, apparel, or like what is that? Clothing.
Swag. A swag.
You guys got good stuff.
Prefer that term.
All right, I need to do this real quick. I didn't do this on the last episode. You guys that listened
Just gonna
last,
start with it.
we got to do with the Patreons.
Go with it.
Okay, we're gonna shout them all out. We
Huge
got
supporters.
19 of them right now. We got
Boom.
Kellen Hall, Holly Graff, Eric Madrid, Adam Kenny, Casey Scott, Seth Loop, Cassie Spencer, Amanda Keating, Ira Potter, Anon, Shekinah Sarver, Jared Skelly, Homer Robertson, Veronica Lara, Ben Illman, Travis Johnson, Jamie Roberts, my wife, Jamie Kenny. She said the dashing Jamie Kenny because she does DoorDash on the side. She likes it. We don't need the money in a sense. I mean, I appreciate you guys' Patreons, and yes, I need the money. But
call her up.
So keep doing it. But she's like, for her, I mean, she's the friggin'
She gets out of the house.
She's the breadwinner, man.
So,
She's already
She gets out of the house and gets away from you.
for sure. And then we got a dog named Apollo, secret Apollo. We don't know who this Apollo is, I guess, or we do.
I know Apollo.
Oh, you know the Apollo. All right, cool.
He's
19.
a labradoodle. He's pretty amazing.
Thank you very much, guys. I started this year with like maybe 5 Patreons. We're at 19. I'll take it.
Woo.
Woo. Woo.
I
By
love
the way,
that.
check out the Patreon. Go check it out, Full Buddy Cast, and you will find. Let's clink.
Cheers.
You will find that there's different tiers. Those different tiers will get you different things. One of them, when we do live events, and we're going to do a live event at Cole Street soon. When I say soon, I don't know when that means.
So,
But
stay tuned.
Stay tuned. It's going to happen.
Follow the Facebook.
We got to talk to a few other people to get them involved. But
Full Buddy Casts on Facebook.
yes, Full Buddy Cast on Facebook. We get a new member. It seems like every other day. But please check in because if you're a Patreon and you get the Patreon tier, check the tier, premium seating. You'll be sitting where you want to sit. And the higher premium will bring you on. Or we won't if you don't want it. Pay us more.
Yeah, pay us more and you don't get on. Hey, you there. You're low turret. You got to talk on the mic.
You got to talk now. Hey, all right. So we're heading into the holiday season. We're thinking about we're game planning right now. We're like, when I host Thanksgiving or Christmas, but when I host Thanksgiving, what would be a cool little treat that I could bring out for people that they wouldn't be really expecting too much? Is that good?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Smells amazing.
Good. Sean, what beer? If people want to go grab a growler and bring it to their Thanksgiving party, maybe bring it out, what would you suggest?
All right, so right now we're sampling the coffee stout. So with the coffee stout, I've added lactose to it. I'm still kind of screwing around with this. This is kind of the beer geek side of me too.
We'll talk about it here and say don't start revealing stuff already.
So it smells amazing. It kind of it looks.
Gosh, it smells so good.
And it looks creamy, like it just came off of.
Yeah, you know what it looks? It looks like almost like a chocolate milk almost. I mean, it's just good.
It looks like it came off of the smaller, not CO2 rather than.
I don't know what you're talking about right now.
But my biggest thing is this beer does need a little bit of critiquing because I still struggle with the lactose. Like there's too much in here. No matter how much I blend, it's still kind of grainy. I don't like being grainy. But flavor-wise, it's amazing.
It tastes amazing. Tell me about the ABV real quick on this puppy.
So this one's pretty low. It's only 5.2. So we're looking, and like I said, it's on the dessert side where it's going to be like an aperitif, like after dinner sort of thing. And so
this tastes, guys, let me tell you this right now. I'm telling you, stop. Listen, write it down, put it in your iPhone notes or whatever, your freaking Android notes. Write down Imperial. No, this is, what is this? Coffee Stout?
Coffee Stout.
Dude, I'm telling you, recording too many of these on one night, it's not good. Because for content, maybe it's great. The Coffee Stout is delicious. I want to drink this thing with a pumpkin pie right now is what I'm saying. I'm talking me and my brother. I don't know if you guys do the same thing. I don't know what you guys do for your Thanksgiving dinners and stuff like that. But what we do is we'll have this great big, watch football all day, go outside, throw the pigskin around, come in, eat a little food, eat a lot of food.
Yeah.
Then
multiple
times. Then we let it set just a little bit. Maybe we'll catch a little bit, Christmas stuff going on already a little bit. Maybe people are starting to put together some Christmas, what are those houses? What are those called? Those
gingerbread houses.
Gingerbread houses. My kids will do that with
throw
banana.
Some gummy things on there.
My kids don't do the gummies.
Whoa.
I see what you're saying.
They do. What you're talking about is like a new age thing, like the old style gummy.
Old style gummies. But me and my brother will break away with a few others if they want to do like some sort of like board game. My brother does a lot of cool, like I'm talking not like Monopoly and like Trouble. I'm talking like deep, like you're sitting there for 2 hours strategizing how you're going to beat someone.
Warhammer with the little tiny figurines and
stuff.
Well,
not like that. We're not like that. It's good though.
There's a new place coming in Enumclaw.
Really? They got that going on?
Yeah, the old Indian bookstore. Anybody that's been around for a while, right on the corner.
They're gonna have a little like game here. Okay, well,
it's like board games, but it's not like Monopoly. It's more like
the strategy,
Warhammer, and your
I'm gonna check that out.
Figurines and stuff.
That's a free shout out right there. No free ads. But no, I'm kidding.
Keep it local.
Keep it local. Absolutely.
Hashtag keep it local.
Obviously, I'm joking. Go check them out. But I would be eating a little pie right now. I'm going to be drinking a little bit of this coffee stout, and I'm going to be just absolutely destroying my brother in whatever strategy board game we're playing. There you go. I'm looking forward to it.
Kind of doubt it.
That's true. Fair. Very fair.
Try hard.
There's one game that I'm not good at. I'll tell you this right now. It's pushing trucks. I'm terrible at pushing trucks. I don't know how to push trucks.
That leads into my little.
Oh,
that's
weird.
Why we wrote notes about that. Yeah,
we did. This was just off the top.
So this time of year, it totally reminds me of being in high school. And anybody that's from here, but I feel like this is kind of like any small town. On a Friday night, go to Friday Night Lights and you go and watch the football game.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter if you're winning or losing, at halftime or right before halftime, you take off. All the teenagers take off.
They just take off.
And we get in the party train. And we go somewhere.
Right? The cops knew all about it.
Absolutely. Why don't you just
You got like 40 cars driving.
You can see them going one direction, right? That being said, I mean, they got broke up a few times, but for the most part, we're good. We're good people.
Good people.
We don't
peeps.
cause problems.
No.
We just go and,
Yeah.
somewhere
Have fun.
we're not supposed to be.
Have a little fun.
Have fun.
So you went out someplace that you shouldn't have been, or should have you been?
Yeah. So when I was younger, I was like a freshman.
Oh, so
and,
like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
No,
No,
12. Yeah.
12 years ago. So went out and went with a buddy that went with his older brother that could drive and was a senior. So we were freshmen, he's a senior.
Yeah.
Right? And we go out there and we roll down to, it's kind of dating it a little bit, but Pterodactyl. You know where Pterodactyl is? It's
That's super dating. If you're saying pterodactyl, you might as well be like
that's
10,000 years old.
No, in the Enumclaw area, that's
beard's making a whole lot more sense.
I make water. No, so in the Enumclaw area, that's a pretty common place. From what I remember, it's down into the White River.
Is it what's that called? So White River, it's down by the bridge. What else do they call that?
Well, it's out in Osceola area.
Oh, okay, all right.
And it's not by the bridge. It's pretty far from the bridge, but it drops down behind a dairy. You got to go right by. I'm not gonna.
But
say
you have
the
to
name of the
walk
dairy,
down
but-
like a hill.
Well, you can drive down.
Oh, okay.
And we drove down.
Okay,
Right?
all right.
We drove down.
I'm following you.
And we got down at the bottom, and then, freshmen, we get a couple beers in us, and we're like, oh, yeah, we're feeling good. We're hanging out with all these upperclassmen. Yeah, we're feeling cool. We're at the party. And then the brothers say, hey, we got to go. Like, oh, we got to go? Well, that's our ride. Shit, we got to go. And get in the truck, start going up the hill.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, shoot. I don't think we can make it up the hill. You got to get out. You got to get out and push. Like, what?
Talking to you?
Like, yeah, me and the brother.
Oh.
It's my buddy's brother.
Yeah.
Right? And there's, it's a cab, so there's only 3 of us on the seat. He's like, you got to get out. You got to give
push.
You got to give me a push. We're stuck.
Yeah.
Like, really? On a hill? Okay. So we get out, get our hands on the bumper. He's like, no, push harder. Push harder. Push harder. And then he's like,
he
burns
guns it
out and just as we're
coats
like
you
falling on the ground and getting covered. You're like, really?
Don't push the truck.
And guess what? When you get to the top of the hill, is there anybody there?
No.
Nope. He's gone.
No way.
You can walk home, freshman. Yeah. That's why I don't push trucks.
Well, dude,
I don't ever push trucks. No, like, you're in trouble? Like, I'll stand on the side. I'll push you sideways.
Yeah.
But I ain't getting behind that.
So
shit.
wait,
Nope.
so they literally were like, "Hey, freshman,
Yep.
walk home."
Yep.
So what'd you do?
Peppered in mud and gravel and crap and ugh.
And you walked home?
Yeah. I mean, what else do you do?
Dude, how long is the walk though?
It was also like, do you go back down the hill covered in shit all over your face?
Yeah.
The party was
and
pretty
see
much
people and
pretty much the party was like fizzling like
anyways.
and you're like, well, and the thought was like, well, maybe somebody would drive by us and pick us up.
Dude, that's
no,
crazy.
they went in the opposite lane and went around us like, ha, freshman, walk home.
Oh my gosh.
And it's a walk from there.
Dude, that's
it's a walk to anywhere
dude,
from
that's
there.
crazy.
There ain't nothing around that area.
That's nuts.
Yeah, that's why it's on my rant list.
It's super.
Don't ever push a truck.
Don't push trucks because we're close to the edge.
Here you go rapping again.
We're trying not to lose our heads. Ha 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 ha. All right. Anyway, let's talk. We haven't caught up for a while. Okay. We're gonna save one of these topics for a different episode.
Okay.
But it's been a bit.
Is it about beer?
It's about beer. It's about I literally want to hear anything that I could tell you about stuff about my life, but I know that you've had some, your Courier Herald building.
Mm-hmm.
You've had more events. You've
down
had
at the brewery
people. You have
So let me
do whatever you want. Yeah.
Talk about events down at the brewery. So right now the brewery's kind of closed. It's there have the license. It's hard to get people down there, that sort of thing. And right now I'm really struggling with staff, and that's been an ongoing thing. It's hard to have enough people to man both downtown. Downtown's super busy, and then down at the brewery is kind of slow. So it's like hard to have somebody like encourage them, like, hey, you got to hang out, right? If you stay here, more people will come later, right? It's been tough.
Just chill.
So we haven't done it. So we're just doing events down there, but it was great. So the other night I had a birthday party, and then I had somebody that did an engagement party, and both of them had the same initials, right? So in my phone on my calendar, I put just the initial of their first name and the initial of their last name, and that they wanted to rent it. Then like later on, somebody, and so they both talked to me like months out, and I was confused, or whatever. I'm busy, so I'm not super paying attention to it. And then they recontacted me about bringing catering or bringing a food truck and that sort of thing. And I was like, wait a minute, wasn't I talking to somebody else? Wasn't that the same date? Ended up being the same date, but I talked to both of them like, hey, this is what happened, and they're like, oh, it's fine, we can work in. So the birthday party had 36 people, and then the engagement party had like 28 people, right? And they both happened simultaneously.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's people that came from the one party over to the other party, and they're like, oh, I didn't even know there was anybody over here. So it actually worked out where like half the party didn't even know that the other party was even there. But it was super sweet. So I don't want to say names or anything, but somebody that's come into my brewery quite a few times, and so they have kind of like a history with us where they know our spot and they love our spot. So they got engaged, and it's a super sweet thing. I thought it was an engagement party, like after the engagement, we're going to have a party sort of thing.
Yeah.
Instead, like
they were legit getting engaged.
Yeah. So all these family members, all these friends are showing up, and then they set up like cameras and stuff. I'm like, why are we taking a photograph? Like I kind of understand maybe taking photographs. That kind of makes sense.
Right.
But no, she walks through the door first, and she's like, oh, my grandmother's here. My mom's here. Our friends are. What is going on?
Now?
And then she turns around as he gets down on one knee.
Oh my gosh!
I'm like, holy crap!
And a tear came to your eye.
Yeah, for sure. I'm like, oh man, that's
crazy.
I've never had that. I've never, as far as I know, I've never had that happen at my place. I've never had their whole family and all their friends there. And they're taking pictures and videotaping this whole thing. I'm like, holy shit! This is like a legit. Engagement.
This isn't a party. This is a literal
I'm asking
engagement.
you to marry me at your brewery. I'm like, wow.
So
okay.
Let's talk about that then. As a business owner, when you are brewing and you're putting things together, in the back of your mind, you're probably thinking about, okay, so this beer or this keg or whatever you're doing. You're thinking it's gonna be a Friday, Saturday. It's gonna be Wednesday. It's going to be what it is. It's going to be people just drinking, having fun, getting some food, going out, talking, hanging out, having a good time. But is there no part where you're thinking there that you're going,
I'm thinking good time. I'm not thinking getting married.
Someone's getting married.
Yeah, right? That's like that's never been on
That's way cool.
Yeah.
To be a part of that.
It's like, I don't know. It's just, yeah, it definitely brings it chokes me up a little bit. Think about that. Like,
for sure.
It's their spot, it's their go-to spot.
Yes.
And that's why they got engaged.
They chose it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's huge, man. Yeah. That's way cool.
Yeah.
Hey, guys, if you guys get engaged at some point in your life, and you want Full Buddy Cast to be there.
I hear that Travis is ordained.
I am ordained. I've done like 7 weddings.
Oh,
I don't know if they're legal or not. I'm like the whole time I'm kind of like, it's kind of like when you turn in something when you were in like junior high or high school where you're like you turn in a little thing. You're like,
I might
hopefully
have
the teacher
copied this out of the
accepts
encyclopedia, but maybe you'll know that, or you just think I'm really smart.
There's a few relationships that have been married for a while that are out there right now that I'm like, dude, I sure hope that King County is not like, let me just check these guys out. Nope. And then I have to go back to them. Hey, I know you've been married for like 8 years, but it's like technically
not really legal.
But hey, 2 more years and you guys are like legally married.
Anyway, yeah.
What do
It
they call
won't matter.
What do they call that when it's
You should just send a message at 10 years like, hey, yes, we're in the clear.
we did it. Congrats to you guys.
You made it. So it doesn't matter.
What do they call that when it's legally married after 10 years? It's like I don't know. Freaking I've had too many beers tonight.
What are you talking about?
I don't know.
This is our first.
This is
beer.
our first beer.
It's only 5.2.
This is our first beer. I realized when we were doing our notes,
Pre-game.
pregame notes, we decided to move one of these notes to a full episode, and we never filled the spot. So I'm thinking about it right now. So I went to Vegas. Can I tell you my Vegas trip real quick?
No,
Yeah, I have to.
no,
I can't.
we're doing that on a different one.
No. I'm just telling you my Vegas trip.
Okay.
Real quick, because you've got to. Yeah, that we didn't fill a spot, so I'm going to talk about it now.
I thought we were doing that on a different.
Yeah, we were, but we never filled the spot. I've got to fill time right now is basically what I'm saying.
Oh, I see.
We never filled it. We were like, oh, hey, we should make this our own episode. And then we never like came back to this one and said, hey, let's fill it with this.
Well, how much time have we got?
We've got about 10 minutes. What do you want to talk about? I'm down. We're not editing this. You guys are part of the. This is the editing room floor right now. You guys are part of it. I want to say about my Vegas trip.
I don't want you to talk about your Vegas trip. That's better to just do on a different one.
We will do that
After we
one.
get 2 more beers deep.
Shit, dude.
If we get
I
2
am
more beers
so
deep, you
drunk
can
right
talk
now.
about your Vegas trip on the same level.
Can we get into
at
Sean's
Vegas.
pad right now? Is there a Sean's pad item that we can get into? By the way, guys, while Sean's figuring it out, Sean brings a notebook every time
I don't know what you're talking about.
where he will just pull out a Survivor story. He'll write things down like, oh, I should
Beer
talk
advocate.
about this.
Beer advocate.
See, that's what I'm talking about. So this is from Sean's pad.
Well,
Beer advocate, go.
Beer advocate. We're gonna bring this back up when I get another brewery in here because then somebody else can hold me up on this. This is such a great site. It's an amazing site. it's one of those. It's like Yelp. Yelp. Yeah. There are people that get paid by Yelp to go out and rate things, right? So every time you see a rating on there, you got to look at how many stars they have, how many places they've been. Is that really the person you're going to take? They're like, well, they had the experience. No. What they do is all they do is go around and hit all these different places, right? So Beer Advocate is on everywhere. It's on Facebook. It's on the internet. It's all these different things, and it's a beer rating site.
Okay.
But it's all about the popular vote, in my opinion.
Oh, really?
And I feel like every brewer out there does not like when it first started. It started with good intentions.
So it was looking to.
It was basically trying to rate beers on like what did you like it? Did you like it? Right.
Right.
That being said, it turns into like I invite my family in. I invite my VIPs in.
Right.
They're all gonna rate. Obviously, they're gonna rate high.
Right.
And it just really
dilutes what really is
for sure.
Yeah.
And so there's so many beers, and I on my Facebook I have a picture of it. This was a couple years ago, but on the cover of the Beer Advocate magazine, they send it out every year. There's 3 different beers on the cover, and I've had all 3 of those beers. And granted, they're all IPAs. One's a hazy, one's a double, and one's a single, which is kind of funny. You don't go single, double, triple. You go single, hazy, double, but either way. Or maybe have 4 of them, hazy. The hazy's a completely different style. But the hazy, in my opinion, I'm going to throw out there 3 Floyds. It's not that great a beer. Honestly,
I'm sorry.
It is
we might have some war.
Well, I'm sorry, but you can try it. Anybody. It's for us, it could be like what we're used to on the West Coast. We're used to an IPA that has flavor to it.
Right.
In my opinion, it even as a hazies tend to have flavor to it. Like we've started on the West Coast, started doing hazies because it was a New England style, quote unquote, New England style, which I understand. New England style is more of like a kind of sweeter side. It's got some bitterness to it, but it's more sweeter side. On the West Coast, we're like in your face. We're hoppy.
Boom, 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 boom.
We're strong. Like you taste those hops.
Right.
The hazy comes in between those two, where it should be kind of on the sweeter side, but you taste the hops. Like you should have some hop pop to it, right?
Right.
And I've tasted a lot of great hazies. That one,
not so great.
No. But you go on Beer Advocate, oh my gosh, it's
good.
It's amazing.
Let's just
the best.
it's the best beer out there. Oh yeah.
It's also and I found this out more recently.
This.
So
I feel like wait, hold on. I feel like I got a little like turf war going on right now. Let's make fun of them a little bit.
It is also where it's at too. So they have pushed themselves into like the transit in New York and New Jersey. So you have your subways, right, that are transporting a lot of people.
Sure.
Right? And then you take this beer on there. It's all about getting to the volume of people.
Yes.
So my biggest point is it's volume, right? If you have 10 million people try the same beer and go on there and rate it at 3, it's going to bring your average up because it's going to be at 3 at the minimum. And then all the people that do the 5, that's going to bump it up.
Bump it up even more.
So it's all about volume. And
So with that said, I want everyone right now, if you're listening to Apple Podcasts, go to Full Body Cast right now. Rate the podcast a 5. Put down a note.
Rate it when you feel like.
Okay, yeah, do that. Right now, Full Body Cast
3.8.
This is what it's sitting at right now. It's got 28 ratings. The majority of them are 5s. There's 2 of them that are 1 star. Which are
how many ratings do you have?
28.
That's it. There's only 28 people that listen to this.
No.
Why am I even here?
No, that they rate it, pal. Not everyone. Do you rate everything? Fine.
I haven't rated it.
I'll read this one. May 21st. This podcast changed my life. 5 star. Okay.
Okay.
Wow. Travis Kenny of Full Body Cast produces content of extremely high quality. To the extent that I take time out of each day to appreciate each addition to his podcast library. I highly recommend that people give Travis and his fellow hosts a listen. Okay?
All right, let me go on the same thing.
I want you to go on.
I haven't rated your shit either.
I need you to write a review. Here's another one. Garage Night.
He sucks.
He
doesn't bring any haha. Just because he laughs doesn't mean we laugh.
I've never seen this before, but we're gonna bring it up on a Full Body Cast Garage Night. But in July, Garage Night is with a 1 star. This is Lee. You know this is Lee. This is called Anonymous
Think of it.
Grievances. It's a 1 star. What an unoriginal all caps name. The brothers are pretty cool though. That's Lee.
It's original.
It has to be
like
Lee.
How many people have
friggin'
Garage
Lee?
Night?
I brought him on and he gives us a 1 friggin' star.
That was probably before you brought him on. You should ask him, like, can you please edit
I said, "Can you freaking jerk?" Oh wow, Holly. This is Holly Graff, Holly Bug, May 21st, 5 star, best grandpa laugh you'll ever hear. My favorite guest is some chick named Holly Graft. Graft, sorry.
She's rating it with
She's got a real radio voice and is very humble.
She's very humble.
I haven't read these. These are so good. Oh my gosh. Travis is the shit. A must listen. That's a 5.2. Must listen. Your go-to podcast, May 7th, 2021. 5 star. I wrote this one. I forgot. I
rated yourself?
Oh God. What I say? Can't believe someone gave this a 1 star. Definitely a hater. 5 stars.
Well, at least you're honest.
Oh man, there's a lot on here. I'm not going to go through all of them.
I thought there's only 20.
No, there's 28, but there's a lot. Like
everybody made a comment.
You have to make a comment. Yeah, I'm not going to go through all of them. But did you?
No.
Did you just do it?
I don't even know how to get on there.
You're just new. The technology is just
Apple. I don't have an Apple phone anymore. I got rid of the Apple phone. I'm not bound by your Apple.
Your friggin' Apple.
You have to go to a specific store.
We're committing to doing a little, like, Sean and I are busy men. Would you say that?
Yeah. For sure.
There's
plenty of drinking time, but do you really want to?
Do you guys want to hear all that?
We're getting to the edge of like what we would normally start.
I'm losing my mind right now. There's a 50 Cent song called "Many Men, Many Men, Many Many Men." We're busy
rapping again.
We're
You're
busy.
Just all
men.
about rapping now.
We're busy men, busy men. Busy men. And that's why we haven't been around for a little bit, but we're back. We're committed. Yep. We figured out how we can do this a little bit more easier for both of us. We're going to do different types of content, bring in more guests. This is the kind of the slow season in
We're going to start getting out there, getting to other breweries. And
yes. Yeah, we're going to do a lot
some
more.
vlogs.
I'm telling you, spring and summer. The thing with COVID and the pandemic is that when the iron is hot, especially as a business owner, you have to strike it as many times as you can. And so other things will fall to the wayside.
So my biggest thing with COVID is every time it rotates or every time I have to pivot, I literally have to take a day. I have to shut down. I have to read through every line of that stuff and figure out, and that just plain keeps happening, which is super frustrating. Where it literally
the
it's
rules
a shutdown
change.
day. This is like my COVID day. Right. I have to shut down. I have to read through and figure out how I'm going to pivot from this place. And that's just the biggest waste of my freaking time.
And so that's the honest behind the scenes truth for me and Sean is that Sean, as a business owner, he's got a lot on his plate, especially running a business. Right. For me, I have another side, my real job. This is my fun little hobby.
This isn't a real job?
Not my real job.
What?
Not yet. Let's get those 19 Patreons to 5,000 and we'll be doing good. But anyways, so with Sean, it's it's not that Sean can't do it and I can't do it. It's just that we hit these periods of our life, especially for him. He's got to keep pivoting, like he said, and we do enjoy it. We have fun together. There's a lot of today we sat down and we started game planning a little bit, like what do we want to talk about? And I'm like, oh yeah. I start asking questions because I'm naturally curious. And Sean's like, stop.
We're
going to talk about this on the podcast. We're not going to talk about this right now. And that's what I love is that organic, candid conversation that we have. So appreciate you guys. Shout outs. We're going to shout out everyone that came out for any event. This is for both of us. Any event that you came out to, whether it was the what's the thing on Cole where they drive things? They drive cars.
The cruise.
The cruise.
They cruise the Cole.
Gosh, I've had so many beers this night. The cruise and also Oktoberfest, and if you came out to trivia, if you came out to the cribbage night, if you came out to comedy on the first Wednesday of every month.
Yeah, always appreciate anybody that comes out.
Literally anything that you came out to. Thank you. Full Buddy Cast Friday nights, or if we did a live. Thank you for coming out. Shout out is to you guys for listening and being a part of this and helping us grow. So appreciate you guys.
Yeah, always appreciate everybody that's a supporter of anything local. Always keep it local. Stay close to home. I don't care where you live.
Right.
Like go down the block.
Support.
Hit somebody up that's like something that
they
has their own name.
Especially right now.
If they have their own name, you gotta hit them up.
Yeah. Yep. So thank you guys so much. Grab a coffee stout for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And
it's a good dessert beer.
Yeah.
I might have a caramel stout coming out too.
Oh, no way.
New caramel, maybe the maple cream ale, but that's still.
Is this 2021 or 2022?
No, this is 2021.
Oh, shoot.
Like holiday season. So
Heck
we're talking Thanksgiving, Christmas time.
Cool.
Yeah, working with the East Coast. Yep.
Right on. All right. Well, thanks so much for listening. Sean, thanks for coming on. Wear your Full Buddy Cast shirt. Wear your gear. 15% off at any Cole Street. I'm so drunk
either
right
of the
now.
two Cole Street
Dang,
places.
dude. I don't know how we're going to do another
two
one.
Locations.
Fudge. All right. Enjoy your lives, guys. Enjoy your lives. Have a great week. Take care.
Cheers. Let's have another beer.
Cheers. I can't have another beer.
Let's have two more.
Making your way in the world today, you really need a pod. Why don't you put your headphones in and give this one a shot? Wouldn't you like to just listen away? and go to a place where everybody knows who you are. Listen to Two Guys Brew Ha Ha, Cold Street Brewery and Full Buddy Cast, two of the greatest names. Why don't you go